All right, welcome back to part three. Hopefully you've stuck with us this long. If not, screw you.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're on our E3 coverage, and we're currently talking about Sony picking up with God of War 3.
You go ahead first.
Personally, it's God of War, so you know it's going to be good. The thing is, it didn't look as good to me as I was imagining in my head. The graphics to me looked a little, I don't know, not as good as I was thinking it was going to look.
Personally, I thought it looked amazing. Plus it just got pushed back. It was going to be out in fall, and then now it's going to spring. Which, you know what, for this game, take all the time you need. I really don't care. Like,
This isn't one we want to get released prematurely.
exactly. Yeah.
We don't want another Force Unleashed on our hands.
Exactly. Like, for me, I played the first one, amazing. I played the second one, amazing, not to the extent of the first one, but still good. And the cliffhanger just pissed me off, and that's why I need to play the third one. So, like, I can't wait for this game with the new. Like, it's cool because, like, when you like stab someone, you're like, you'll see like blood and it stays on Kratos' body, and not alone, you can like tear out his intestines and whatnot. Just added little perks.
Glad I could be a guinea pig. So yeah, it's gonna be God of War. I'm not saying I think it's gonna be bad. I think it's still going to be an amazing game.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I really haven't looked into all the videos just because, like, at this point, it's like I know I'm going to get it.
That's true, so why bother? Next, I have the motion controller, which, honestly, I thought this thing looked kind of ridiculous at first.
A little blue light or
The little blue light and he's doing around. But as it went on, I got more and more impressed, like with the sword fighting and the shield, and there's a point where he's using the bow and arrow, and that was just cool.
Well, I can totally see people, and they're like, "Oh, it's just the Wii motions." Well, yeah, to an extent, but
Except
like,
for it's actually accurate.
yeah, and it like pretty much everything they were doing. They're like, Sony just went, "Hey, look what the Wii can do. We can do it better. Hey, look what Natal can do. We can do it even better." Like,
Which that's another thing that was everyone was talking about. Oh, it's just the Natal thing. But my whole thing was for the Natal thing, they just kind of showed off what it's supposed to be able to do. While with the Sony motion controller, they actually showed off what it can do. They had a live working model right there, as opposed to just saying, "Well, this is what we think it should be able to do."
and they weren't showing Avatar's shoes.
Yeah. Personally, though, I can't really see too much of a use for the motion controller for the PS3. I mean,
Yeah. Well, it's still they're still working on it, and it's kind of like exactly like Natal. They have some things, but they're not going to release it until they get 10, 20, 30 games for it that will work with it. So just like I said,
Although, just imagine how awesome it'd be if it actually worked with like God of War 3.
I knew you were just about to do that.
You just walk into a room, you see someone playing, there's like.
That could be your guinea pig.
That would be the most exhausting game of all time.
There's my exercise. Well, what's your exercise regimen? God of War 3, baby.
Be as ripped as Kratos by the time you're done with the game. Next, I had the PSP Go.
Yeah.
I think this thing looks awesome. Granted, I already have a PSP, and my big thing is, what am I going to do with my UMD library if I decide to upgrade to the PSP Go? I did see one interview where they talked to one of the Sony executives where they said they're currently working on a way to convert the UMDs into like digital digital format so you can just load them onto the PSP Go, which if that's the case, if they do come out with this, there's a pretty high chance I'll actually upgrade once it comes out.
Yeah, like it looks like so much better than the PSP. The only I totally like it. The only thing, there's only a couple things for me. First off, one being, of course, it doesn't have the analog, which how do you not have the analog at this point? The second being the UMD, which we already covered that. The third also being, it's just, for me, the price point, I know Sony's down in third right now, but still, for it to be $250, you know? I don't know, it's just really high point. Just, I'll probably wait until it goes down or something.
Okay.
That's about it.
Then, of course, we have Gran Turismo on the PSP, which they showed off, which, for a PSP game, I gotta say it looked pretty good, for a portable title.
I don't really know a lot about the racing games and all that stuff, and I'm not into them a lot, but still, like, it looks really good, hopefully it comes out great.
Yeah, but really, what else can you say about that? The Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. As I stated before, both of us huge Metal Gear fans, so I'm definitely I'm gonna be buying this one either way. It looked good, but I already know I'm gonna get it, so I didn't pay that close of attention.
I mean, like, I don't have PSP, so like I kind of looked at it more. It looks really good. It's part of the story we all want to know. Looks like fun, and Kojima is going to somehow pick some cool way with the interaction between. I'm sure there's going to be something with, like, I could easily see him being like, oh, if you have Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid Rising, whenever it comes out, you put it in with the PSP, you get added shit. He's going to try and add something. He's trying to, he's always innovative like that.
Then we have Final Fantasy 13. Honestly, at this point, I just want the game. I've seen so much stuff for this. I just want to play it. My main thing was I was really excited to actually see a trailer in English, which means, okay, so it is making progress in its way towards America.
Yeah, so same thing. I see it. I like it. I've seen it for 4 years now. Just give me the damn game.
Honestly, I'm way more excited for Versus 13, which is another game coming out.
Yeah, which I was hoping they would show something, but...
I know, I was a little disappointed they didn't.
They had the whole 14, so like that was their main.
Which is actually the next thing I had.
Yeah, exactly. They of course Sony, they were trying to go with big announcements, and of course the PSP Go would have been a great one if it didn't get leaked.
The worst kept secret of E3.
Yeah,
I cracked up during that one.
But yeah, then Final Fantasy 14. A lot of people are. It's kind of mixed.
See, my whole thing is I was a huge Final Fantasy 11 fan. I played it for a good 3 years before I ended up actually, and the only reason I quit was because I ended up moving into a place where I didn't really have internet access, so I couldn't really connect my PS2 to the internet. But I'm psyched for this. I think it looks like it's going to be fun, and I've actually been wanting to get back into a Final Fantasy MMO, so I think this is a good opportunity for me.
Yeah, and what I've I've never played an MMO. I haven't played Warcraft, nothing like that. But my huge thing is like when I don't play them, because for me it just seems like, oh, you're going level up, that's it. I need something to get me there, like a story. And of what I've heard of like Final Fantasy 11
from me,
from him, they had great stories, and it's from people from Square Enix. They always have good stories. So like, I am getting stoked, and this might be the first MMO I play.
And then we have Assassin's Creed 2.
Amazing. Awesome.